Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to all my beautiful people, my peeps near and far, my posse, my brethrens and sisterins, my aunts and uncles. Bless up all your whole selves on this marvelous Monday. It's the start of a brand new work week for most of us. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody had a good weekend, a productive weekend. Hope you spend time with yourself, with your family, with your loved ones, and you're ready to get this work week up and running once again. Do it all over again, but we're going to do it with positive attitudes. Hope everybody is good. Everybody is marvelous. Everybody's magnificent. Everybody is, give me another M adjective. Everybody is, having a memorable morning. Yeah, that's the best I could do on a short notice. Good morning, 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 good morning. Hope everybody is well. Those of you watching on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and the listeners of Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the bus drivers across the nation, whichever route you travel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take your time on the road today. You have precious lives at your fingertips. Good morning to the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, as far north as Jamaica, far north east of Grenada as Barbados, far south as Guyana, and far southwest as the ABC Islands, all the islands in between. Good spicy morning to each and every one of you. And those of you tuned in internationally as well, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Let's do this. This morning's word of the day is ingenious. Ingenious. I-N-G-E-N-I-O-U-S. Ingenious is an adjective which means cleverly inventive or resourceful. Ingenious. It comes from the late Middle English word which means intelligent, resourceful, or quick-witted, from the Old French word and from the Latin word which also means clever, talented, and gifted. Ingeniosus is a derivative of the noun ingenium, which is a natural disposition, temperament, and mood. And the adjectival suffix osus is a source via Old French and Anglo-French of the English suffix us, O-U-S. Ingenious entered English in the second half of the 15th century. That's this morning's word of the day, ingenious. I-N-G-E-N-I-O-U-S, an adjective which means cleverly inventive or resourceful. Examples of the use of the word: yet as ingenious as this inventor was, their toy did not spark a societal revolution. Another example of the use of the word: she was an ingenious inventor who planted a seed that would blossom into some of today's most ubiquitous technology. The operative word in that sentence is blossom. All right, yes, word of the day, ingenious. I-N-G-E-N-I-O-U-S, an adjective which means cleverly inventive or resourceful. Let's see what's this morning's thought of the day. Happy Monday. Let's begin the day with a positive thought to excel every mark of life. It's a very happy Monday. Let's begin the day with the positive thought to excel every mark of life. It's a very happy Monday. Do it good. Do it to the best of your ability. Take on a positive attitude. Take on a successful mindset and just go about your day. Whether you like it or not, it's Monday. It's here. We all have to face it. We all have to get through it. So you might as well do it happily. Take on a positive thought. Just a smile in the morning and tackle your Monday. Begin the day with a positive thought to excel every mark of life. Excel at everything you do. It's a very happy Monday. All right, today, November 23rd, 2020, it is Adoption Day. Adoption Day celebrated every November 23rd. Events are held all over the world to celebrate this holiday, during which time communities and courts join effort to find the right families for children in the foster care system. Let's celebrate Adoption Day as thousands of foster children are welcomed into their forever homes. It is Adoption Day. Good morning to all the children and adults who were adopted, those of you who are part of the adoption program of the Child Protection Authority, foster care parents as well. It is important that not every child born into a family belongs with that family. Sometimes you find love and forever homes outside of your blood family, and that's where Adoption Day comes in. So good morning to all the adoptees, young and old, near and far, adoptive parents, foster care parents. Good morning to each and every one of you on Adoption Day. Today it is also Espresso Day for you coffee drinkers. The difference between espresso and plain coffee is how it's roasted. It's all in the way the beans are brewed. So today on Espresso Day, take a little extra effort to indulge in that caffeine fix that you love so much. Espresso Day. And today it is also Cashew Day. Cashew as in the nut, cashew. A favorite snacking and party nut is recognized each year on November 23rd during Cashew Day. It's harvested from the cashew tree, and the tree originated from Brazil. However, it is now widely grown in tropical climates for its cashew apples and nuts. Cashew Day. I like a little cashew every now and then, so I'll commemorate Cashew Day. It's expensive, but it's good. So I'll buy a little minute bag for $3 or whatever they sell it for. It's Cashew Day. All right, the only information that I would share before we go to the news, it's for those of you who are unaware, those of you who are thinking of coming into the island, into Grenada, as the revision of Grenada's protocols continues. The revision continues. The Ministry of Health has once again revised the PCR requirements for incoming passengers or folks coming into the country, and you now need PCR tests within 72 hours of arriving in Grenada. Prior to that, it was 7 days. However, following recent occurrences as it relates to the COVID-19 virus, that time frame has been shortened to 72 hours, aka 3 days. So you need to do your PCR test 3 days before coming into Grenada to ensure that we can be able to catch who we need to catch to know if it can come in replace or not. That is the short of the story. Because when you do it 7 days, you might get the virus on day 5, and by then you already get your negative test and it come in replace, and you add to the 41 that we have. You know what? Let's shorten that 3 days and set up all yourself right. Have yourselves a good day. It's a good day to have a good day. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news and week in review. Stick and stay. Good morning, Grenada. We will be right back to the proceedings. Remember, coming up in an hour, we have this morning's traffic cam from Just Cool Photos. Stick and stay.
Peter Alexander, who was initially in police custody assisting with investigations into a homicide that occurred on Monday at Paraclete St. Andrew, was officially charged with non-capital murder and remanded on Thursday. Reggie Noel has been jointly charged with Alexander. Initial investigations had revealed that an altercation arose over missing monies, which resulted in the accused inflicting a single stab wound to Rudel Celestine, 34 years, laborer of Paraclete St. Andrew, resulting in his death. Celestine was pronounced dead at the Princess Alice Hospital, Maribo, St. Andrew. GBN's team of Bernadette Celestine and Rena Pierre spoke with residents on Monday.
This is so, I don't even know what to say. All I know, I'm really upset, and I don't know what to say. My mother real heartbroken because this is like, my God, what should we do in COVID time? She don't even know if she could come. We don't know what going and thing. What could happen if she could come? What thing? I is the only sister that you have down here. Yeah? How I supposed to stand up and face this?
Nidica Robertson of Paraclete St. Andrew was teary-eyed and angry when we caught up with her this morning. Her brother died at the hands of a knife-wielding assailant with whom he had a quarrel. 34-year-old Rodelle Celestine was born in Trinidad but had been living in Grenada for the past 5 years. It was just after 7 on Monday night when he was allegedly attacked by Peter Alexander of Moncton St. Andrew. Residents and eyewitnesses told GBN that the two youngsters got into a heated argument at a village shop earlier in the evening. Alexander reportedly left and returned almost 2 hours later, inflicting fatal stab wounds on Rodelle Celestine.
About 4:15, they had a little argument. They argue. Then he had a rum in the shop, he go and drink it. And then he tell Rodelle he going for his crew to come back. When he come back about 10 to 7. I day here and I see 3 fellas coming up. So I sit down here. In a little while I see one son of the one goes so. So while I day again, I want to see Rodelle so and I see so the man took him.
Yeah, about 5 of us there. I see 2 guys walking up there. I see 2 of them saw one go and he called somebody behind it. But I see the other one now. He called South, and when he called South, as he called to come to talk to him, I just see the man grab South and he just whoop. I don't know what's going on, so Mr. Stanley run inside, bread, he run, jump in, he bus, he gone.
Some persons were still in a state of shock over what happened on Monday night. For some villagers, it was the first time that they witnessed such a gruesome crime.
He's a very helpful fella in the community and he will be greatly missed for what he does, do. Everybody could call him and call him Saudi, however, he's there. But what I'm saying in this part of Paraclete here, we never used to this kind of violence. We don't have people at the state here. Guys may drink and they high talk and they go home. That's what we know about. So this is new to us and very disturbing too.
This young fella them real stupid. That's stupid because the man don't hit you. I do had a little argument and you just kill the man just for that.
First time I see something like that happen in Paraclete. Never see that happen in Paraclete. So in Paraclete may argue, but they never get themselves into that category.
Knoxley Thomas of Paraclete told GBN what he thinks could be a solution to the heightened levels of anger and violence among young people.
But for some reason, the trend is simply going down a slippery slope. And I think we need to stem that tide right now, because if it continues so, what's going to happen in a little while from now? When our time has passed away and the world has turned around. Children now we see wandering by the streets, and the violent trend in terms of armed robbery and inflicting, grievous bodily wounds on each other is totally unacceptable. So I think the Ministry of Social Development need to have more intervention in those communities. I don't know, maybe if they haven't got the resources, but sometimes, most of them, we close the gates when the horse already outside.
Celestine's death brings the number of violent-related crimes for the year to 16. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
It is now case number 36. This as Grenada recorded 3 new cases of COVID-19 on Wednesday. The sister isle of Carriacou is now unfortunately affected after being spared by the deadly coronavirus for the last 8 months. The announcement came via press release just after midday on Wednesday. Gerard Joseph has that story.
Residents on the sister isles as well as mainland Grenada have been told there is no reason for public panic. They are, however, being cautioned while conducting their daily activities and practices. Case 35 and 36 are 2 males, ages 63 and 64, who arrived at the Carriacou Marina on November 12th from Martinique. They tested positive on the 16th and, according to the release, remain quarantined on their yacht with 2 others. Case 34 is a 62-year-old male who arrived in Grenada from the USA. He was PCR tested as per protocols and remains in quarantine. The release stated that all 6 active cases, as well as the known contacts of cases 31 and 32, are asymptomatic. They remain in quarantine, awaiting further testing and medical clearance. The Ministry of Health is acknowledging all border agents and the frontline airport and health staff as they continue to exercise due care and attention to catch and stop COVID at Grenada's major ports of entry or in quarantine facilities. The Ministry of Health says it expects that open borders will come with positive cases given the proliferation of the virus around the world. The ministry says it is encouraged by the lack of local and community spread of the virus despite the breaches identified in the past. Together with the safety measures, the Ministry of Health believes we can continue to mount the fight against COVID-19. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
One may describe him as a very jovial little chap, full of zest for life. However, he is a bit challenged. This youngster was born with a rare condition called scoliosis, a condition which is a sideways curvature of the spine and occurs most often during the growth spurt just before puberty. Christelina John was in conversation with the young lad.
Lishan Depredin is a 9-year-old grade 4 student of the St. Joseph's RC School in Munjaloo. The disease, which affects mostly his back, is quite painful at times, as he explains, and has left him with a different arm. To ease the pressure off his back, he often leaves his books at school, as doctors recommended not carrying or lifting anything heavy. Lishan tells of how he found out he was different.
At the age of 6, my mother explained to me, like, I'm a different person to the other people. Like, some people have the same hand like me, same fingers. Sometimes I feel like my experience in life is to be a better person and get a job and have a nice family.
He is at times bullied by schoolmates. However, he quickly overrides this. This young man is quite aware of his limitations, which would require medical procedure. Strong-minded, one might say, as he explained his response to his mother's attempt to assist him.
He keeps on out over a period of time. Like, we went by the doctor, and the doctor said that the scoliosis was getting worse. Actually, Mom, she said that she wanted to break the hand and straighten it. But I told her, save the money. And when I get more problems with the hand, then they will straighten it. Because right now I am fine with my hand.
Young Depredin is capable of great things, some of which he demonstrated to GBN. But just how did he learn to dress himself?
Like, actually, when my father finished bed, I was watching when he dressing. I used to watch him when he was dressing. And then my mother was going to dress my one. And then I said, no, Mommy, I'll try to do it for myself. And then Mommy left me, and when she came back outside, she saw I was dressed already, so that's how I learned how to dress by my father. I watched my father.
Lishan lives with his grandfather, Sidney Thomas, who says his grandson is his little handyman, helping him out in whatever way he can. It bothers him, however, when Lishan complains of his back aches.
Explain Lishan as a very smart guy. Like going to school, he would go to school. At least I normally ask the principal about him. She always give him good remarks. One thing about him, he does his work in school, and he's a brilliant child. And I think by whatever means that he can get help to do what he can do, or what could happen to his hands or back, that would be a plus sign.
An account to raise funds to assist 9-year-old Lishan Depredin has been established at the Grenada Cooperative Bank. The account number is 121017784. The COVID-19 pandemic has not only enforced lockdowns and economic meltdowns regionally and internationally, but has also affected Grenada and its regional colleagues from receiving mail from the wider Caribbean, the United Kingdom, and Canada. A major backlog of mail has since erupted, and according to officials, there is no silver lining in sight. Gerard Joseph has been speaking with officials from the Grenada Postal Corporation and files this report.
No mail since March with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and international flights from the UK and Canada being halted. That has been compounded by the regional airline Liat going into liquidation while being responsible for carrying mails regionally. Dual and British citizens residing in Grenada who depend on postal mail for their medication and pension checks have been left stranded. The Grenada Postal Corporation has been stumped with complaints with no immediate solution, and Acting Director of Post, Isaac Bagwan, says they are still working with stakeholders for a solution.
What we have done is that we've entered into some discussion with American Airlines to see if they can carry the mails for us from either Canada or the UK. And they are in discussions with UK Post and Canada Post to see how that is possible. We have no challenge with getting mails from the US. We have been using Amerijet all through the lockdown. So mails to the US, to and from the US is not a problem. But the challenge is the flights to get it in.
He says other challenges regionally is that Barbados, as the hub, is not accepting mail for other countries.
But again, Barbados is not accepting the mails because there is no guarantee of any flights to Grenada. We do have a new airline on board, which is One Caribbean Limited, OCL. We are in discussion with them, and we hope soon we'll be able to have an agreement in place so that they could carry, take up the slack from Liat.
Bagwan has this advice for people still wishing to send mail via the post office to Grenada.
Unfortunately, they have to go the expensive route. They would have to either go via DHL or FedEx. Either these two, or they would have to get back in touch with the pension agencies to try and see how they could get some online payment. Of course, it's senior citizens that we are dealing with there, and that might be a challenge for them. But those who are asking, we've seen these are the alternatives.
The acting director of Post says they are hoping to get CARICOM involved to fast forward a solution. He adds that the GBC Global Service is not affected by this situation. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A bill passed in both houses of Parliament, which would call for a statutory body to replace the current Transport Board, is creating waves among busmen and members of the public. One politician, who is an attorney by profession, is of the belief that the latest plan could spell bigger problems for the Keith Mitchell-led administration. This, as the National Bus Association is calling for clarity on the issue.
In the last sitting of both the upper and lower houses of Parliament, an amendment to the Road Traffic Act was tabled and passed, making way for the establishment of a statutory body to be named the Grenada Transport Commission. The commission will replace the Traffic Board, under which the Traffic Wardens Program was given its mandate. Nevertheless, Public Relations Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Claudette Joseph, is challenging the powers given to traffic wardens to issue tickets to people who allegedly violate local traffic laws, after she received a ticket in late September issued by a traffic warden. An amendment to the Road Traffic Act in 2018 made way for the introduction and functioning of traffic wardens to assist with the control of traffic in Grenada. Ms. Joseph is seeking to get the High Court to rule that the appointment of traffic wardens is null and void and therefore unconstitutional. She believes, in response to her motion in the court, government is making moves to disband the Traffic Board and establish the Transport Commission, but that could bring more legal battles for government.
Rather than a transport board, they've now introduced a statutory body by this amendment, Transport Commission, right? And in so doing, not only it seems to me that they have not fixed the problem that I raised in the suit, but they have compounded the problem and have left out, excluded the bus drivers and the bus associations from participating in the very trade that they ply.
The National Bus Association had 2 representatives on the Transport Board, but with the Commission, they have none.
This very Commission will have the power to set rates and fares and tolls and so for these private businessmen who are performing a public function. And that by itself can give rise to another legal challenge. All right? Because here you have it, a board, a new commission set up, making decisions for people who will not have a say, who will not have a seat at the table or a voice.
However, Minister of Infrastructure Nolan Cox says the National Bus Association will not be left out of the process, as efforts are being made to include them in another aspect.
What we indicated to them is that we are going to have a formal engagement through a memorandum of understanding to establish what you call a stakeholder committee, which will comprise of all the various stakeholders, the taxi, the bus, the truckers, the bikers, and so they will be engaged through a formal process, through a memorandum of understanding, and through that stakeholder committee, those recommendations will come to the board of the commission.
Blossom Alexis-Welsh, GBN News.
Government officials have now answered questions about the staging of carnival activities in Carriacou and Grenada giving thumbs down for kayak mass for 2021 and no guarantee for Spice Mass. Speaking on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday, Minister for Infrastructure Nolan Cox provided some insight. More in this report.
Caracas Carnival, one of the largest income generators for the Sister Isles and which usually attracts an influx of visitors both from the mainland and overseas, will be hard hit for 2021. Acknowledging that COVID-19 is still rampant and has spiked a second time in most European countries, Nolan Cox, Minister for Infrastructure, says having no carnival is government's effort to preserve lives.
It is clear, based on what is happening now, with all our source markets where a number of in the diaspora, the cases are going up. And obviously that puts us more at risk. And it's for that reason, if you understand that Trinidad, who has carnival at the same time together with Grenada, has also canceled their carnival somewhat. I don't think I've done it officially as yet. So everything is done, Blossom, really and truly, everything is done in the interest of saving lives.
He says he is assured that persons on the Sister Isles would welcome government's decision. That is
the reason. So I am certain that Caracuans will understand. I believe that they might be happy that there is no carnival. They are very concerned, even just about persons from Grenada coming to Carriacou, let alone persons coming from a trove of people coming from overseas for carnival. So I believe that they are very happy with that decision to postpone carnival or cancel this year.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell also spoke to the cancellation of Caracas Carnival for 2021 on Wednesday morning. He told the nation that it would not be wise to host the carnival activities, considering the current climate created by the pandemic.
We're advising our brothers and sisters in Carriacou that it's not wise to have Carnival 2021 in Carriacou at this time. And hopefully we leave the question of Carriacou, of the Spice Mass for 2021 2021 in August up in the air still. My own bet might not be the best thing to have it, but since we expect a vaccine to be on the market at the time early next year sometime, I don't want to pronounce, and I do believe we need consultation with our people in a general sense in making a decision as far as mass is concerned. But I think the people of Carriacou, and generally speaking, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, Beam, understand that 2021 Carnival in Carriacou in February is certainly not wise.
Government officials say an official statement on government's decision will be provided at a later date, either from the Minister for Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, Kindra Maturin-Stewart, or Minister for Culture, Yolan Bain Horsford. Christina John, GBN News.
Government is charting the way forward on how Grenada will be addressing the issue of decriminalizing the use of marijuana in the country. At a town hall meeting at the Grenada Trade Center Tuesday night, Prime Minister Mitchell announced that the foundation's process has already begun.
The decriminalization of marijuana in Grenada continues to be one of the frequent questions asked during government's weekly town hall meeting throughout the island. Last July, government with the rest of the OECS region agreed that they will determine the path they will pursue based on the country's circumstances, based on the model presented by the Regional Marijuana Commission. All heads of government agreed that they will review the current status of marijuana as a dangerous drug with a view to reclassification, taking into account all international obligations. Prime Minister and Minister for National Security Dr. Keith Mitchell, at a town hall meeting in the south of the island on Tuesday night, announced that a committee is now set up to develop a bill that will determine the decriminalization process.
We have established a committee locally here to move in that direction and to take, and right now a bill is being prepared to look at our interpretation of how we go forward with the whole question of marijuana. What level of decriminalization we think that should take place within Grenada, how it is done, what do we allow, and what we would certainly recommend. That is coming forward, and of course the public would get the information accordingly. But we are moving to decriminalize some aspects of the use of marijuana.
The Prime Minister is reminding the public that while this is being done, they must remember the danger in the use of marijuana.
I'm against the use of cigarette smoking because I believe it's health. It's against our health. It hurts us. It affects your lungs and all aspects. A lot of cancer has been developed because of the abuse of cigarette. Similarly, if you abuse alcohol, it can be dangerous for your body. Similarly, if you abuse, let's suppose you decriminalize some aspects of marijuana and you go to excessive lengths, it can be dangerous too.
A survey which was done in Grenada in 2018 indicated that over 60% of Grenadians welcomed the decriminalization or legalization of cannabis in Grenada. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Despite the situation we now face, one thing is for certain. We will get through this together. As much as we are a part of your community, you are a part of who we are. Let's take care of each other during this time, as we always do. And soon, we know that with the dawn of that new day, all of this will be over, and our land will once again be healed. In the meantime, stay safe. Know that we're here for you. Courts, bringing value home.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100-pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Ace and Napper means getting help when you walk through the door. Ace and Napper is variety and quality at the right price. Ace and Napper has everything you will need for the household, for your lawn and patio. Even the highest quality paints, beautifying your home inside and outside. Just the right building supplies you need. And Napper providing the best in automotive supplies and accessories. The guarantee is we are so much more than a hardware store. Ace and Napper on the Morris Bishop Highway and Cross Street in the city. Ace will always be the helpful place.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
The Food Fair offers quality foods at affordable prices. Now, with our improved web store, you can make all your purchases from the comfort of your home. It's so simple, easy to log in and navigate, safe and secure transactions, and a quick checkout. All your grocery needs at your fingertips. Convenient and reliable. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
From Monday, November 2nd to Thursday, December 31st, GBN's Christmas Caravan will be blazing the trail of goodness across Grenada. Join us as we journey daily to find the hottest deals this Christmas season. Win prizes from our partners. Get recipes for your favorite Christmas treats and bust a tune in the Christmas Karaoke Fun segment. It's GBN's Christmas Caravan. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Live on Classic Radio 105.5 and 105.9. GBN Television Channels 7 and 11. GBN's Facebook page and GBN's YouTube channel. Your mid-mornings will never be the same.
The Christmas Caravan is brought to you in part by Hubbard's and the Food Fair Supermarkets, Gittins Healthcare, Sissons Paint, and Bryden and Miners and Ace Hardware.
Long ago, the strength of Grenadians was in their arms as they worked the lands to get food for the table. Nowadays, most Grenadians' plate is packed with lots of starch and meat, little or no vegetables, plenty fried foods, and they wash that down with something sweet while sitting in front of screen. Hard work and exercise seem to be out of style, and lifestyle diseases are becoming the fashion of the day and claiming many lives. Let's make a change to live longer. Let us grow and enjoy a variety of natural and safe, fresh vegetables and fruits every day. Use our local fresh seasoning and spices to make our traditional dishes healthier and avoid highly processed foods, snacks, and drinks. Drink more water every day to help your body function better. Get moving every day and trade some screen time to share and enjoy healthy family meals. Choose healthy foods and healthy lifestyle. Follow the healthy choices for healthy living guidelines for Grenadians.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada, 20 minutes after 7 o'clock on the dot. Thank you. Those of you who are just joining us, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Grenada. Happy to have you. And those of you who stuck with us, appreciate it as always. Those of you who need to get to work for it, you know what it is. You have just about 40 minutes to do so and get there on time. In the meantime, it's time for this morning's Mouth Off Monday. Mouth Off Monday. Going to give you a topic and you're just going to share your thoughts on it. This morning, 72-hour testing mandate for all travelers. That's what we're discussing this morning. Do you think it is enough? Yes, do you think it is enough to keep COVID-19 at bay or away from Grenada's shores, or do you think a complete lockdown is necessary? 72-hour testing mandate for all travelers before arriving in Grenada. Share your thoughts, 435-2041. That's the landline number. That's also the WhatsApp number. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. And you can also mouth off on Facebook and YouTube respectfully. Good morning, caller.
Great.
Morning.
Good morning, citizen. Welsh greetings.
Morning,
now, pop up your ears because I want to make an observation.
Okay.
In your news this morning, relative to this same subject matter, you said the following. that a visitor to the country is expected to present a negative test taken, quote unquote, because these are the key words, within 72 hours of traveling. Now, this is a very, very incorrect statement based on what I know is expected. You see, the preposition of here refers to an incident or action taken a priori to the taking of the test. A priori meaning afterwards. So the person is expected, according to what was said, the person will travel and then the person will take the test. Pay attention to this. What has to be said is prior to or before traveling. Of alone there changes the context of this statement. I'd like you people to revise it, please, and make the necessary correction. As to whether or not it is sufficient, the science shall decide that. Have a nice day, will you?
Thank you very much, Citizen Rollo. I am reading as it came from the Government Information Service, as it came from the Ministry of Health through the Government Information Service. That's what the news release said. While I understand what you're saying, in terms of the wording, it probably shouldn't have been within 72 hours of travel, but it should be before or 72 hours before travel. Understand what you're saying, but I was just reading it as it came from the Government Information Service. So it's not necessarily the GBN that needs to make that correction. It would need to be the Ministry of Health, the government, GIS, those three entities, either or. I was just reading as it came, certified laboratory within 72 hours of travel. The change needs to be made from the people who sent out the release. But I understand what you're saying, and I believe you are correct that the phrase or the wording is a little mistake, let's put it that way. Got what you're saying, though. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Morning, Tanti. How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was good.
All is well?
Yes.
Family and everybody?
Everybody is good.
God bless you.
Thank you. You too.
What I want to say is the government, don't mess with COVID because it's a dangerous weapon and you can control it. So whatever you do, be careful what you do and how you're doing it. Be careful who come into the country and going out. We know this thing is dangerous. We cannot play with it. If we expect people coming in, we have to tell them what to do, what they shouldn't do, and look out for them. You don't just leave them undone. You just call them and they come in and you put them there and you say, okay, you're in quarantine and you're there. But you have to be careful with them. You have to be careful with what you do and how you're doing it, what you say and what you're saying, what you say when you're talking. Remember, they call it something and say, be careful what you do and how you're doing it. Be careful if people coming in, they're bringing this thing in this country. No, we have a little bit. We have no debt. We don't want the debt. Because if they take this country, all fall down. And we want to live, we want to hold on. So we have to be careful what we do and how we're doing it. Be careful with the people coming in and going out. Have a blessed day, darling.
Thank you very much, Tanti. You enjoy yours as well. This morning we're talking the revised testing requirements as highlighted by government. So let me just rephrase the People's News release. According to the requirements, you need to take a PCR test. It is required that you take a PCR test 72 hours before traveling to Grenada. Do you think that is sufficient to keep COVID-19 at bay? Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Two things. One, you said that you read the thing that's given to you as it is. I'm just wondering, do you have the option of checking it out if it doesn't make sense to you, or you just have to read what they give you? That's one. The other thing is you have to know when you're traveling, if you're to take this test 72 hours before. So I booked my flight and I'm leaving on the 5th. 72 hours or within or before or whatever it is, I take the test. Is there a guarantee that I would get the result on the date of before or the date of travel? And what if it's not available on the 6th and my flight is the 5th? Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. In relation to reading as is, it depends on the information. And considering that when I get in here, it is after 6, there's not somebody always readily available to double check with. And I'm not talking GBN family, I'm talking the officials from whence the information came. So sometimes what we do, we may change it, but according to the information, we would double check if we can at the time, or correct it later. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So it depends on the information, what the information is, and who's available to double check. Sometimes we take on our own and correct it. I remember there was a time we did that, and thinking we were correcting it, we were making it incorrect. So it depends. It's a sticky situation that we try to adjust and roll with. In relation to if the results are available, there are some countries, some laboratories that you can get back your results in 24 hours. You just have to hope for the best, I guess, as much. You just have to hope for the best that you would be able to get your results within those 72 hours. All right, let's go. Do you think 72-hour mandatory testing before getting into the island is sufficient to keep COVID-19 at bay? Somebody on Facebook says, well, I guess as a caller, how will they get the results within 72 hours? Another person said it might be difficult to get a COVID test within 72 hours of travel. This may lead to an increase in fake COVID tests. Somebody else says testing should be done prior to travel within 7 days. The 7 days was what was in place. However, according to information, sometimes when you do it on the 7th day, that leaves greater room for exposure to the virus. And even though you have a negative test on day 7, by the time you get into Grenada, you are positive. So that is part of the reason for reducing it from 7 days to 3 days. 72 hours, 3 days, yes. Somebody on, let me see what is on WhatsApp. Hold on the phone. 3, 2, 1. All right. Somebody on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, yes, I was a bit puzzled with the news. Understand your explanation also. Thank you very much. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, 72 hours is quite fine. If you can't make the deadline, then don't come. That's harsh. That was harsh. Let me check. Somebody on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, is it that the traveler has to be negative 72 hours before entering? The statement is not clear. The statement says you have to... Okay, hold on. Let me read. The statement says required to obtain a PCR test from a lab within 72 hours of travel. From a lab 72 hours before traveling. So you need to get the PCR test within 3 days or 3 days before you get into Grenada. If it's negative, you can come. If it's positive, stay where you're. That's the short of the story. It must be negative in order for you to get into the island. Hopefully that answers your question, YouTuber. Somebody else on YouTube says the problem is not with testing. The government needs to eliminate home quarantine. People are not listening. Yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise. All right, back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Buenos dias. All right. Can't hear that caller. Again, if I can't hear you, and if you can hear me and you hear me say buenos dias, that means I can't hear you. All right? I get bilingual when I can't hear my callers. All right, let's see. Let me go back to the social media. Somebody on WhatsApp says it should be 24 hours. Lord, 24 hours is pushing it. 24 hours is pushing it. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How you do?
All right for now.
Okay.
Okay, this morning I heard on the news that they're rating Grenada as the second best country for controlling COVID in the Caribbean. a later part of the news, I heard someone is saying that we are doing better than a lot of big countries that printing money and doing all these things, and they have army and things to do all the controlling and have all the resource to handle it. But they did not say in the world or comparing them with the other countries, because the other countries have millions of people and we only have a few thousands. So what they say is in the Caribbean. So I think the statement what the person was making now, to me that makes us qualified to bring in people here now, more. Because we're doing better than the bigger countries, and it's not that they said. The Caribbean, Grenada is doing better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. The person that you're referring to was Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. He made that statement at a town hall meeting in St. John, that Grenada is doing better than the bigger countries, in addition to being ranked second for handling COVID in the Caribbean. I guess he means in comparison to the figures and the figures reported per day with the thousands. And Grenada, so far, the most that we've reported is 6. That was very early in the pandemic. I think that was in March. 6 is the most that we've reported in one day, while the other countries are battling thousands per day. So I guess it's that comparison. Somebody on WhatsApp says the PM just needs to close the borders. We wouldn't die to wait it out. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
I heard persons speaking about the reduction in terms of the time for the COVID test. I can tell you personally, being in the U.S. and having to get back to Grenada, how difficult it is to get a PCR test process within that 72 hours. So technically, we are saying that we're going to close the border, we're going to shut the country down again, because that's what's going to happen. It will be difficult for persons to get that done within 72 hours. And I'm telling you, based on what is happening in the U.S. at this time.
I could imagine.
In the U.S. in particular, I understand we need to protect ourselves, but there's a balance that needs to be found. So it's either we shut the country down or we... The 72 hours is a bit tight, to be quite honest, to get a test process.
So let me ask you then, caller.
I had to do like about 3 or 4 tests in order to get on to the flight before I actually got on the flight, because of the requirement then for, I think, as minimum was 5 days. And that was difficult, much less to reduce it to 72 hours. So technically, I think we're heading to a point where we're going to shut the country down.
So let me ask then, on an average, how long would it take you to get the results?
You need at least 4 days.
Okay.
Other than that, you have to pay premium prices to get it done within that period.
That's
and then,
where it is.
We have to look at it, because there's cost to get the test done, which I accept, and I think it's for all our safety that, I think we're following the right protocol in terms of having persons coming in with the test results and all of that. That is perfect. I have no issue with that. But sometimes the demand to have it within that period, because the thing is, if the person happens to come in contact with COVID during the quarantine period, you will pick it up. And I think which is what is happening with us, and which is very good that we are very strict on the quarantine and letting that happen, except for the cases where persons were given the opportunity to do differently and they messed up and they didn't follow. They were selfish, I would say, because the thing is, this is not about just you. This is about all of the population when we decide to be careless. Yeah? So I think some consideration needs to be given, because I think even though, yes, I know what they're trying to do, it will deter persons more from not coming to the island and further plunge the economy down. So we have to find a balance between the two. And I know we are trying, but we have to be careful.
And do you know what the premium price is to get it quick?
You pay between $200 to $300 US to get that test done.
Okay.
You have to get it done like within 48 hours or 24 hours.
Okay.
Based on my personal experience.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you for that bit of information, caller. Always good to hear from the people who are actually going through it. Appreciate your contribution, caller. Thank you so much for that. 72 hours prior to getting to Grenada, you need to do a PCR test within 72 hours before getting into the country. Do you think that is enough to keep COVID-19 at bay? A YouTuber says, I think every traveler should be quarantined in a government site. I agree 100%. No home quarantine. It is difficult to take 3 to 4 days to get the test. The testing is expensive for the people who don't have health insurance. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I just want to say I agree with the last caller very highly, and I want to recommend that the 72 hours is just too tight. We also have to take into consideration flight, that people pay the money to the flight. And if the positive and it cannot come on as a cancel, we have to be considered if people have money. And money is a hard thing to come by. And what the last caller has said is very true. I had to go through that experience as well. It's very costly, a lot of money spending for people to do those things. So the 72 hours is just too tight. And I think that what needs to be focused on is the quarantine. People are going to come with COVID and we can't stop that in one foot of it, but we have to quarantine them people, and once it's quarantined, we have it under control. The most important thing is getting quarantined properly.
Thank you so much, caller. Something I think this caller and the previous one said it would discourage, specifically the previous caller, it would discourage people from coming into the island. Could that be part of the 72 hours? As a discouragement for people to come into the island? Think about it. Somebody on YouTube says, well said, caller, so true. Had to wait 19 days to get my test and then had to do it again. Ooh. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says 72 hours is fine. When they do the test 7 days before, then they have a week to contract the virus before coming. I'm also happy that they have changed the way in which people quarantine for the safety of our people. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Blossom. How are you?
Morning, I'm good. How you do?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yes, Friday night I was listening to the Minister of Tourism, and to me it's like she was maybe in a town hall meeting, and I find like she was blaming us for the spreading of COVID. But I think she wrong, because we ain't going nowhere. We are here. We were good for a very few months, and it's only because of the border now. That's what the people are coming in. That's why we're having this extended COVID people. But what I don't think the country needs to shut down. I think they just have to have a more tighter, security with the people that is coming in. So, and then if they have a better control of the people that are coming in, I think everything's going to be okay. But we don't need to shut down the country again. We just have to have more tighter security with the people that are coming in. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you very much, caller. Let me go back by Facebook. Somebody says 72 hours is not sufficient. Strict quarantine on our shores is paramount. If we focus on our quarantine, there will be no need for lockdown. Somebody on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says there shouldn't be any lockdown. The new implementation of travel restrictions would help in slowing down the finding of positive cases. The days should increase to 4 days, however, instead of 3. To the health minister and his team, keep up the good work. Let me take possibly the final caller. Good morning, caller.
A pleasant good morning.
Morning.
Now, I'm in agreement with that caller who said that there's difficulty to get that test within 3 days. You know, I think when doing things, they need to be reasoned. And sometimes when people talk, people feel that you criticize and you're against and that sort of business. I think we should go back to that we get the test a week in advance. Those who know that they have to travel to Grenada, all they have to do is to make sure they don't mix, etc. Because anything can happen. You can go here, there, and pick up the virus again and can cause a lot of problems. So I think where is the Ministry of Health or whatever group that got there and decided on 24 hours, they should rethink that decision that was made and go back to the quarantine of 7 days before traveling. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Let me check the WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, how does the decision makers expect someone to get a PCR test done, receive the results uploaded to the new AMBER system, and receive their traveler certificate within all of 72 hours? I applaud the effort of the authorities, but it seems like a deterrent to traveling. That's my thoughts as well. Writer. Somebody else says, we do not have local COVID. They are all imported, so pay for the test or leave us in we safe zone. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, it all depends. Stop, Salva. I think it is significant to take the 72 hours test because the testing being done 7 days prior to traveling, and one can be positive in the 7 days and could be a carrier traveling. So I recommend the new protocol, especially coming from the red zone countries. It all depends on where you did the test in the USA. If you go to the main hospital, you get the test done quickly. But if you go to the private facilities, it takes longer to get back the test. So it depends on where you take the tests. Okay, so the facility also would determine if you could get it back in time to travel in 3 days. Got it. All right, I think we need to end Mouth Off Monday here for now. But this morning's To The Point program is open line, so we can continue the discussion there if our viewers and listeners so desire in open line on To The Point. Coming up at 9 a.m. In the meantime, let's take a break, and when we come back, we link up with Just School Media for this morning's Traffic Cam, a journey to St. George's. We'll be right back.
This holiday season, let Juve bring you 100% joy with its magical chocolate products. Holidays from the management and staff of Juve Chocolate. Juve Chocolate, raise your bar.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Despite the situation we now face, one thing is for certain. We will get through this together. As much as we are a part of your community, you are a part of who we are. Let's take care of each other during this time, as we always do. And soon, we know that with the dawn of that new day, all of this will be over, and our land will once again be healed. In the meantime, stay safe. Know that we're here for you. Courts, bringing value home.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Get stuck in traffic jam. You're holding the traffic. You're blocking the traffic. You're caught in the traffic. Let go the traffic.
We now link up with Just Cool Media for this morning's traffic cam. We're starting this morning, or picking up this morning, coming down Gulf Coast, making our way to St. George's. Over to you, Junior, as we get into this morning's traffic cam.
Radio, this is your Monday morning traffic cam. Just Cool Media in collaboration with GBN. This morning, due to the congestion of the road, Springs Road, this morning, after being in traffic for a couple minutes, I decided to take a detour by passing through Cafe onto Gulf Coast. Now I'm coming through, going down Gulf Coast Hill and then into Belmont. So motorists coming from St. David's, Woburn, Calvini, getting into St. George's, you can take the detour to avoid the traffic congestion on the Springs Road by going through Cafe and then coming through Gulf Coast onto Belmont and then proceed to your destination in St. George's. So just letting all motorists know there is traffic congestion on the Springs Road due to the construction of a retaining wall. So to avoid that, you can take the detour by passing through Cafe, then Gulf Coast, and now I'm on the Belmont main road into St. George's. And that traffic congestion in Springs will be most likely for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So to avoid the congestion is either you leave early or you use the detour by passing through Cafe, Gulf Coast, and then onto the Belmont main road into St. George's. As you see, there is not much traffic going into St. George's from the Grandlands area, so you have smooth flow of traffic into St. George's, so you can use a detour by passing through Cafe and Gulf Coast, and now we are in Belmont on our way to St. George's. This morning I can get to drop my kids to school on time, but just by using the detour. I see there a lot of traffic coming into St. George, coming into Grandlands via Belmont Main Road. We are just outside Ross Point. And just a tip for all motorists and bus drivers, please do not allow your passengers to throw garbage out of the window as the vehicle travels, but dispose of it properly at the provided disposable location. So let's keep Grenada clean by not throwing garbage out of our vehicles as we drive on a nation road. So this morning I was coming from Springs and I ended up in Belmont because of the congestion. I took a detour. So motorists will be advised. You want to get to St. George's via Springs, you can use a detour and pass through Cafe, Gulf Coast, and now onto Belmont. Now we are on the Kirani James Boulevard, heading into St. George's. So have a wonderful week, people. This is your 10 minutes traffic cam update. GBN Radio, GBN TV viewers, have a wonderful week. We'll see you on Wednesday from another location, giving you your traffic update. Those of you staying on Facebook, I'll take you into St. George's, and then we will go back into Springs to see how congested and how long it will take me from Tantine to get back home. We'll be traveling through the traffic congestion in Springs. Now we are on Kirani James Boulevard, just outside Food and Supermarket. Also have some traffic congestion on the Kirani James Boulevard. So it looks like not only using a detour, but you'll have to leave home early to reach to work on the school on time. Sometimes as a driver, you use the detour to get out of traffic congestion and you end up in another traffic congestion. That happens. This usually happens in the morning because of the intersection of the Tantine between Paddock, Main Road and Kirani James Boulevard. Those that want to go up the lane or coming down the lane and want to come into Kirani James Boulevard. So a lot of traffic on the road this morning. Moving at a constant pace.
That was this morning's Traffic Cam, a collaboration between GBN and Just School Media. Like he said, there is backing up of traffic on the Springs Main Road. Remember, just last week or week before, the Ministry of Infrastructure announced that one lane of the Springs Main Road will be closed to facilitate a project in the area, which I'm sure is contributing to the traffic jam and traffic congestion on the Springs Main Road. And as Junior highlighted, you can always make a diversion through the Cafe Road and come come out on top Gulf Coast onto the Grand Dance Main Road, and from what I'm seeing, the traffic appears to be flowing smoothly in either direction along the Lagoon Road. It's a line of traffic, but it is moving, whether it's at a snail's pace, but it is still moving, so you can try that diversion if you want to avoid, and if you can avoid the Springs Main Road, link up onto the Grand Dance Lagoon Road Belmont area, and you can enjoy or participate in the free flow of traffic moving in either direction to and from the south of the island. So keep that in mind as you go about your Monday morning traffic. Thank you once again to Junior. Traffic Cam every Monday and Wednesday, 6:45 a.m. right here, Classic GBN Hot 98. And at this point, we are going to end the visual part of this morning's program. Thank you so much for participating. Mouth Off Monday. Those of you who sending your messages and called us to share your thoughts, appreciate it so much. We are going to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. For those of you on radio and those of you on television, we're going to be bringing you the proceedings on CNN. So it's BBC on radio, CNN on TV. That's how we do it here, ensuring we cover as many international news media as we can. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a great, productive, marvelous, magnificent, memorable Monday. Have yourselves a good one.